Welcome to my office. I know it doesn't really look like a whole lot. I do share my office with, of course, my bedroom. But right now, this is what it is. So there's the computer. My computer itself was a donation. The desk and the filing cabinet I was able to pick up for really cheap through Facebook Marketplace. Same thing with the bookshelf here. The display stands that you see, these are all donations. And pretty much everything that we've got right now is right here. This is my life. Hi there, my name is Amanda. I'm the founder of Redheads Unite. We are battling human trafficking because I was a victim. So originally I had this idea that I was going to get together a small group of redheads in the Denver area, paying an homage to places in other parts of the world where they have things called Redhead Days, like in the Netherlands. They have Redhead Days in the UK now. I believe there's even one in Australia. But we don't have any really big, well-known groups in the United States. I didn't know if I would ever actually be able to pull off a large gathering, but I wanted to put together something small, something where people could get together and bond the way they do in all these other areas of the world. As soon as I put up the invitation, within less than a month I had over 2,000 people that were interested in coming and 400 that were confirmed as actually going to attend the event. I knew right off the bat that I had a chance to actually turn it into something much more important. So that's what I did. I decided that I was going to start working on several different projects. Right now I do have the book project actually in the works, which is actually a collaboration of about 100 photographers that are going to be submitting their photos for the book project that we're going to be publishing this fall. Now the book is filled with gorgeous pictures of beautiful redheads from all around the world at this point. I've been able to expand to places like Australia and Canada, Guatemala and Peru. Just amazing photographers that are coming out of every corner of the planet wanting to help our efforts. But I need more than just photos at this point. I need sponsors and I need donors, and that's why I'm reaching out to you. So the book project and the event and all this stuff we've got going on this year, all of this is going to help fight human trafficking, and not just by raising awareness, but by personally hiring the former Navy SEAL, CIA, and FBI agents that actually go around the world rescuing these kids from these horrible conditions and these horrible lives and giving them homes and care and protection and counseling for the rest of their lives if they need it. And that's all the stuff that I didn't get when I escaped. A lot of people want to know a lot more about my story. I'll give you a brief idea of it. I did actually publish a book at the beginning of this year called Detailed Pieces of a Shattered Dream. I was 19 years old. I was living in Daytona Beach, Florida, and I was sold from one man to the next even before I knew what was going on. I had been basically abandoned by everyone that I knew. Partially my fault. I was running away from a bad situation that I'd put myself into. But I can't blame myself for the actual kidnapping. I still struggle with that. It's something I think all victims struggle with. But I don't like calling myself a victim anymore. I'm not a victim. I'm a survivor. I'm one of the lucky ones that got away. And when I escaped, I left behind 5 or 6 other girls that I didn't get a chance to go back for. I proved to myself that day that I would never be a hero. That was 18 years ago. 18 years is June. And I decided that it's finally time I try to go back for the others. And so I'm building an army. It just happens to be a redhead army. My 501c3 status is currently pending. I do have the title Redheads Unite Incorporated. I am an official business. I do have my tax ID number, and I am a legitimate business. And I'm really looking forward to getting that 501c3 status. It's going to be amazing when that happens. But I do need help. This event, I don't have a lot lined up yet. I still need to hire security. I need to put up fencing. I need to get people together for ticket sales, so I still need volunteers too. I need, oh gosh, I need a stage. I need the equipment for bands to actually perform on the stage. I need rental equipment like tents and tables for the vendor booths, and I need games. I need all kinds of help. So I need your help. That's what I'm looking for. My goal at the end of this year, with everything that I'm doing, with the book project that I'm working on, with the collaboration of photographers, with my own book that I published at the beginning of this year, and with the event itself that's taking place on July 14th at Citizens Park in Edgewater, Colorado, all of this money, every penny of everything that I'm doing, is going to help fight human trafficking by putting those people together to go out there and to really try to track down these bad guys and bust open these rings. I'm really hoping I can persuade them to go to Daytona Beach, Florida, and look for the girls that I left behind. But my goal is to save no less than 100 children for every girl I left behind when I escaped. That's an awful lot of kids. Most of the time they're between the ages of 10 and 14. But the girls that I left behind, of course, that was 18 years ago. The average lifespan of a child in human trafficking is 17 years, which means some of these girls are probably not with us anymore. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stop. That doesn't mean I'm going to give up. I will never stop until I find these girls I left behind. That is the entire reason that this charitable organization now exists. I could have kept it small. I could have made it only a potluck for Denver redheads and a small group of people to get together and play at the park and throw a frisbee around. But this is so much more than that now. And I want you to get involved. Not just to raise awareness, but to actually be a part of something big. You can check out more information at redheadsunite.org. You can follow us on Facebook. We do have a Facebook page as well. We've got an Instagram, we've got a Twitter. I'm not very good at keeping up with those, so I do kind of need some help with the social media aspect sometimes too. But I need help. And it takes a lot for me to ask for help. But that's what I'm doing today. If you're interested, please check us out. If you need more information than what you can find on the website or through Facebook or any of our social medias, please definitely feel free to send me an email. Ask me whatever you'd like to know. I am not above asking any questions, and I do mean any questions. The book is available on Amazon. It is called Detailed Pieces of a Shattered Dream, and it is about my escape from human trafficking, my escape from my handler. A lot of people want to know all the details, and they ask me, how did I get away? My most favorite response and my most honest response is that I watched a lot of MacGyver growing up. I've since written to Richard Dean Anderson thanking him for saving my life. I've never gotten a response, but I'll never stop hoping that I get some kind of a nod of acknowledgement somewhere, just to know that he understands that if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be alive. But I do need your assistance. I need donors. And I need sponsors. This is going to be the very first event of its kind here in Denver, Colorado. This is the very first of its kind that is already ending redhead bullying for these kids that are taking part in the book project. They're now going to school and telling other kids, I am a model now because of my hair. You've bullied me for my hair for all these years, and I'm now a model because of it. And the bullying has ended. These kids are carrying their heads high. They now have self-confidence. I mean, this is something that I didn't even imagine would happen. But I'm so glad it is. So many children are bullied. So many redheads are bullied simply because of the color of their hair. People like to think it's not that big of a deal, but honestly, it is. I've interviewed a couple of people. I'm a contributing author to IrisCentral.com. And I've interviewed kids, grown adults now, who had been bullied in their childhood for having red hair. It's left such lasting impacts on some of them. The young man by the name of Jonathan will likely not live to be 40. Another one George actually has lasting impacts on his body that haven't shortened his lifespan, but definitely left lasting scars on his body. We need it to end. One more statistic before I go. Did you know that 9 out of 10 homeless youths were victims of human trafficking at one time or another? That's right. If you're concerned about the homeless population, let's catch it before it starts. Let's start with the kids. Thanks for listening.
Check it out, there's a redhead parade.